All right, of course, in the magazine we'll have a dedicated hypnotic section. Every month we'll have interviews with artists that arrive at the show. This is also a new marketing vehicle for our corporation. So instead of when you sponsor our show or partner with us, you're not just sponsoring a one-day show anymore. It's a yearly thing. So if you partner with Hipnotik, you know you'll be in the minds and ears of people for the rest of the year, which we thought was very important. And now the most exciting part of the day and why we created today. We want to answer your questions live. Anything you've thought of projects, especially Hipnotik Festival, questions on issues that are arising, responsibilities you think we're neglecting as a brand. This is an opportunity. I think this will happen probably, once every 5 years. Every time we celebrate 5 years, another 5 years we'll have a meeting, because this is difficult. But thank you all for coming. Any questions? There's a mic going around. Notolo has a mic. Show them your mic, Notolo. There should be another one, or is there only one? There's another one this side with Noma Lungelo. Any questions at all? There is no stupid question, especially when we operate at this level. Noma Lungelo, why don't you start us off with the question?
Why do you keep throwing me in the deep end? But you spoke of challenges that you faced. How do you sustain an event? We've seen events come and go, and we've had festivals that have been a one-year event, and we thought they were going to be annual events. Yours has made it to 5 years. Please, by all means, share the recipe.
Thank you for the question. I think, firstly, the most important thing for me is I'm a strong believer in Jesus Christ. He is my everything. So before I even do anything, I get on my knees and pray. So that spiritual strength, I think, forms then the tenacity to try new ideas and stay motivated and see no limitations, even in a country like Swaziland. We have our challenges in Swaziland, but we have people in South Africa envy brands we've created like Hipnotik because of these things. So I wouldn't say it's my strength alone. It's not me alone. There's a lot of people that have been involved in this brand since I started it. Some are still here, some are gone, but they definitely all play a role in it. Personally, I think I motivate myself just by constantly reminding myself that I'm just doing me and this is what I'm born to do. That's it. Mr. Mira.
Good evening, everyone. Sakile, I'm not asking because I have a burning question. I'm asking because there is a media question session, and as part of the media, I think I have to take part. I think my guys can get involved as well.
Yes, sir.
I think firstly, let me start by congratulating you on the changes you're making as Swazi Jive. It's important that I think as festival organizer, you obviously look at your audience, you then look at what they want, and then you look at where you can improve. And I think this is very good, and it shows why Hipnotik is growing, because you obviously take care of the finer detail. I just wanted to check how much you're going to... I see that you're trying too much to compensate for some of the issues that come up during the festival, like the issue of the name tags. I think it's going to create a very big confusion. People are going to buy tickets, and then they're going to buy a VIP ticket, and then they're going to have a tag. And I don't know, I'd like to break it down for me, how then you're going to assist that person that now has the VIP ticket, or whatever ticket, and they want to be at the festival, and obviously they've now, well, they are there by right, they want to enjoy themselves. And they go to the bar, and they've probably gone through the main stage of bringing an ID. And is it not going to affect the numbers? So that's one. I think the second one I'd like to look at is, normally you find at the festival there's a lot of younger people. They just want to be there. I know you mean well. You said the festival is for 18 and above. but my kid is 17, and I know that she wants to go to Hipnotik. So, how then are you working that out? Are you saying that from now onwards we should say kids that go to the festival are 18 and above?
Thank you for the question. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention when presenting some of these things is our ideas are not always perfect, and there will be loopholes. And it's logistically it's a challenge to us to make sure that kids come to a festival as big as Hipnotik. We have 6,000 people running around, and we're trying to make sure that not even one of them has an alcoholic beverage illegally. I think for me this starts at home before we even get to a festival. Over the years, through my experience, you find that people that come and drink at the festival, it's not their first time. And now we're not denying that this may influence other kids to try, and it's a bad influence. But let's take this 17-year-old kid, for example. We are selling a music festival, and that's our job is not to sell drinks, and it's an element on the side. But we didn't want to ignore the fact that there are complaints and there are people that are affected. Out of 6,500, let's say 100 are affected by this. And we cannot ignore it. Now, in terms of IDs, the process would be when you arrive at the gate. Because this year we're not, one of the posters, I don't know if you noticed, I didn't mention, it says we are not selling tickets at the gate anymore. So every ticket is pre-sale. So your 17-year-old who's under 18 can come to Hipnotik by buying a ticket. When you get to the gate, you produce your ID. So if your ID says 17 right now, please go to that line and get a green tag. Now the green tag will signal to the police. We work closely with Royal Southern Police. We always have private investigators on site, and we also have private security. Last year, I think they did a great job managing those sort of affairs internally. It just wasn't publicly announced. That's what we were trying. Now, if Royal Southern Police, private investigator, security sees a child, a minor, 17-year-old with a drink in hand, they have every right